to Leviathan. Let's not be silly. They have been performing very well over the last stage. But there's definitely still hope for the China number 3 already. Going to be kicking things off on their attack side. This is where they only lost the pistol and every other round went their way versus Vitality. For now, at least, the game is sort of ground to a halt. There's quite a bit of space taken by Fong Fong, but it's whether or not he can get anything done. The answer is no, but his teammates can.
It's a bit of a shutdown. 4 versus 2 off rip. Pistol round could be online early on. TP by Mazzino. They know that he's here, and they're backing off. Trace looking to give the space away, taking control instead towards the lamps. Over behind that box, 2 players tucked in. The cam's already reconfirmed the information. And that wall is causing a bit of a problem for Com. Got to expend a lot of ammo to break that open, and they use it to bait in. Locking into the fight. A good start. But still that trap. 2 players stood in behind that box, and Kai's the first to strike. Com now left in an uphill battle. A tough position. At least lands the first. But the time is ticking away. He has to get on that spike soon. Has to root these players out of position, and the double swing. Very close, but not close enough. It's 1-0 to the Chinese squad. Space taken. And it's going to slow down the round for Trace by quite a bit. When it comes to blow, they haven't really got the weapons. Instead, they're going to use the numbers to try to overwhelm that A site. 3 players stacked up, though, and big players at that. Aspas, the first line of defense. And he's going to get an opportunity as this smoke fades.
40 seconds on the clock. Execution now beginning, but King, as we saw last time out, kicking things off with a bang. Already going to isolate the rotation, make it a little bit harder, but the players on site are already doing an impressive job from Leviathan, but there is a trade back from BNK, at least making it competitive.
And they're starting to get some of these sonic sensors up, trying to throw in a curveball in case Leviathan get aggressive and take some space. Immediately Mazzino dropping locking, that's a problem. The spike needs to get on the ground, and they know that swing can come in from Bath. 8 seconds now, and they're isolated. No chance to put the spike on the floor until the round is...
Of course, we knew where this was going to head, but the synergy wasn't there, and that is what has happened a lot through stage 2. Com already under pressure, but he's thriving within it.
Talk about this guy being underrated. If he keeps this up, that won't last long. 7-2 already. Big kills, shutting down what could have been a flood straight out of hookah, and sending Trace to the other side of the map. They're hoping that Bianche can find the space in the meantime. But even walking out here, you can see it's being watched by King. He's been good at just finding his pick, punishing the space taking on this site. Now it's Tex that's swapped in for him, with the smokes being set up as we speak. And Tex ain't missing a beat. Nice clean kill. Kai low HP, just outside the bath, and the swing up top from Aspas. That is going to close him out. All left into the hands of just one. The brimstone of locking. He's going to have a tough time with this Sheriff in hand and the spike on the site.
Yeah, any damage he could do here would be nice, but with the smoke fading, it's going to end up with back-to-back flawless rounds for the side of Leviathan.
As well, the orbs fed to Tex, got Thrash online so early, and that was what made them pump the brakes twice on their B execution a few rounds ago, leading to the time being the main enemy. Now again, there's a player tucked in the corner. This time they'll clear it, and Bianche's the one to find it. Doubling up in the battle. Seekers go out, Tex in trouble, and it's Bianche's triple that gets the B site for Trace. A 4 versus 2 as a result, and a plant almost guaranteed.
Well, they got to get the spike back, but it's not going to be easy. Already having to destroy some of the deadlock utility that was slowing them down, but that's all it's done, slow them down.
Double sensors.
And already, well, Bianche is looking for a little bit more. You can see Comms dissipated to the other side of the map, but he might meet Kai. Waiting there on that lurk, a late lurk, but Com expects it. That might just allow him to hold on to the rifle. The thing is, though, we already mentioned it, the last couple of rounds were squeaky clean for the side of Lev, so I really wouldn't mind if he goes hunting. Tries to drop some weaponry. He is going to have max cash anyway.
Really enjoyed Heibei's little sonic sensors, doubled up on that B choke point. You take a fight against the player, well, even if you go down, your teammates got the trade with the stun, and if they break the first sensor, the second one hits them while they shoot at it. So absolutely gorgeous, tough to deal with, and Com, just like you said, went out to try to punish, but it's him that ends up in the dirt. Rash was a big problem for Trace last time they tried to hit a site. B was defended by it. Both pulses of the Thrash completely halted the play, and left the attackers with next to no time to get that plant in. Now, though, the space taken for free. There's the spot from Kai. Cage to protect him as well. A little bit of cushion, but Tex comes around the side, opens up the back control, and the big swing again. Bianchi, they're rushing to try to defend this man, but he can't get away. Luckily, the trade is in. 3 kills from Tex keeps it doable for Leviathan, though.
Yeah, the sensor to the backside. The wall also holding them back at least a little longer. It's going to take time to break it. I think Aspas not even going to shoot. He just wants to make sure that the game isn't given away, but the nade will do just that. Hebe, that's landed perfectly on him. It will force him out, but he's still standing. Hasn't been spotted. They don't know where he is right now. The sensor will get one. And in the meantime, Aspas, he's actually popped the showstopper, but instead, it's going to try tapping it. Knows he needs to get this one to half. Rocket back out, but he's not quite quick enough. Hebe with the Red Bull clutch will put Trace. Agent Paul with the Sentinel. Let's look pretty good. Again, we're going to see this aggression. Put Aspas into play. Tex alongside him. Kai is watching. The first goes his way, and the information will be there. He actually gets Aspas as well. Okay, that's a deadly judge to take that. Kicks out enough. Just running, spamming, knowing his opponent was low. But the rest of the team haven't just been sitting there. They're making their way towards the B side, but with 2 kills going down on A, I believe Viper being spotted and maybe even a flash being popped. Definitely a flash, in fact. Mazzino doesn't have any left. They know there's only 1 man on this A site.
They're looking for him. The Tigers got the scent. It's on the way, and King's being spotted. Molly down will delay them slightly, and the net is gorgeous. No escape for King. He's caught not just by the net, but by Fung Fung as well. Watch out for this swing, Com. Lawking's already swapped up his position deep to cover that walkthrough. And with the wall, the barrier blocking them out completely, Mazzino's going to have to give away his position. He knows there's a likely swing, but he can't do anything about it.
2 players who've been performing so far in this map will have Sheriffs a chance to do some damage, reduce the purchase, and what is a fairly safe one. In fact, I don't think you'd normally see this many SMGs, but on a map like Bayern, there's a lot of tight angles, a lot of ideas that you can throw in, so I don't really mind it.
I think it was Con who said that at this event, the Chinese teams are going to surprise. They're going to give their all, and, well, so far they most certainly have.
When do we stop being surprised?
Exactly.
That's the real question.
Yeah, I think it was a few days ago. This performance, already phenomenal. And now, 8 rounds on the board, looking to convert another. Plenty of weapons in play for the defenders. The side has been overrun. A deep flash, Aspas already passed it, close and looking for the fight. Down goes King and Mazzino, and Aspas gets nothing done either. It's again Tex that has to do the heavy lifting, and, well, he's certainly been spotted. Deleted moments later. It's common now to see 4 rifles bought up for Trace. They go for a lot of SMGs. They're left with a Guardian on Kai. Good man to have it. And he's right up in A heaven with an opportunity as they look to come through. 2 big traps set up to try to catch them. For Leviathan, they have to be cautious. That angle is being watched. Cam further back. And the ability for Fung Fung to swing straight through after contact.
Yeah, they were waiting for contact to the cam. They've also got Aspas still holding on to control in case they want to go back through the TP. The worry I have, though, is that he's alone with the rifle. So if he goes down, there is potential. The rest of the team are going to go pushing, and they've walked straight into the trap. The sensor catches one now. Aspas trying to take space. He loses the fight as well. This bonus round is about as good as it could get. The nade going to do an extra little bit of chip damage. And my main worry now is that time is ticking. Com, though, has brought this back. He's made it competitive.
They don't want to get too far ahead of themselves. 20 seconds on the clock as the spike was starting to be planted, and sometimes you'll just go swing it in madly, but now these players are boxed in. The rotate's not quite here in time. Tex holding from further back. He has the back, and in fact, he has the front too. Fung Fung down, but the battle for Lamps is a little labored. They get there in the end, a 2 versus 2. Big swing in from Bianchi, but he gets nothing done. The tap from Hebe, and that was terribly close. Perhaps this time, much more passive on the A site. We saw this from Leviathan when they had 4 players in Bath. I don't think there's going to be too much of a fight on the site itself. Instead, those players will focus on just keeping the control.
With this, it's a delay strategy. Like, you've got the orbital strike, you've got the Molotov as well, the nade from Fung Fung on that side of the map as well, so that they're literally trying to play the exact same game we saw moments ago. Already, pressure being put on. Aspas is just running out. He takes down Kai. That's a great start. The spike attempted to be planted. Orbital Strike going to be used, forces him out of position, but there's not really anyone to capitalize just yet. Fong trying his best, and actually, he comes out with two. Now has a showstopper his own. I think Aspas may have actually just jumped over that, but now he's surrounded. He's got players coming in from behind. They still don't have Shower's control, and I feel like they need to get out. They need to get out as quick as possible. They may get stunned on the B site, though.
And Heibei will be there to capitalize if they do. In fact, Annihilation is used, and it's caught one. That's the spike. They have to break Tex out, and he's gone when he comes out the other side. Calm left with it all to do, and he's shut down. What a round from Heibei. That utility.
Well, this could be a way back in with credits on the edge for either side. Fong waiting patiently, but after the shot's not connected, he's not going to overextend. That is something else I've enjoyed with these players on either side is I feel like there's a respect for each other. Again, those sensors are going to be frustrating. I think they did throw a blast back to destroy them, but just wasn't quite there in time. Spam, it is going to deny the plant. That will at least buy a little bit of extra time, and this fight for Showers could be crucial. We've already seen what they could do with that control, but clearly unaware of how far Com had got.
Great lurk by Com. Yeah, he's just been shift walking up the whole round. Kill comes back in the other direction, and Aspas isn't happy about that, but he goes a little too far. Yankee waiting for him. Com walled off and dropped, and a stun in.
Uh-oh.
Retaking the control at the very least. King down to 58, and the double TP used. This time, the B site not so well defended. No traps waiting for them.
He's jumping
no
to the
annihilation. It's going to be the plant in the 2 versus 3.
There needs to be an immediate shot connected, which there is. One goes their way. It's all up to King, and he gets all 3. It's been a quiet game for him so far. Sure that there's delay. The Seekers have gone out on the other side of the map as well, which means that we're going to see King already push all the way up. They have so much information. They can stack this side of the map.
Com's repositioned though. Now he's up close, ready for this fight.
Not
but
ready
he loses
enough.
it. And now the back is open. Leviathan have to worry about that. The rotation through the TP won't be as easy this time. And lots of utility. It wasn't placed in the early round by Kai. Oh, he has to get out of there. Giving up the control, and Leviathan quick to seize it. Trap goes off, but no one there to capitalize on it. Broken the trap to take Lamb's control. And a lot of space now given to that side with Kai down. It's on Fong. Able to at least take King. Keep the favor in the hands of the defenders, but it doesn't last long. The weaker weapons starting to show. The cracks in this late round defense. The play up by King, going all the way around. You can see Bianche's trying his best to draw their eye, and he's done exactly that. A free kill, and now these players surrounded, pressured on both sides. King down to 11, and he gets one. One more needed, but he stops at the last second. Tex delivers the fatal blow.
Try and sprint their way back to get into position. There is an orbital strike available. Maybe they could try and use that to deny the plant.
I think that's the idea behind the gamble. They'll allow this team to take site control knowing they can pop down the orbital strike. It's primed and ready, but a little late. Perhaps the plan is to use it in the post plant, in the retake for the defensive side to open up some space for them to fight with Aspas up close. That could be the disruption that they need. In goes Thrash, causing problems. In fact, detaining a teammate as well, but it's good enough. Aspas is caught, but they still have to get through that Viper's pit, and plenty of players are standing in their way. The spike right inside of it, but the sprays going Trace's way. Blind fire, and every shot landing. King and Com with the smoke now falling. Heibei dying because of the decay, and quite a lot of these players are decayed, but the health goes back to full. They start to tap that spike, cause the spams to go back in the other direction. Kai loses a lot of his life, but the spams aren't landing. They're not even close! Right under their nose! Trace of defuse behind the smoke! And now, on the cusp of victory.
Leviathan need to make it work with a couple of stingers, or 3 in fact. At least they've got the showstopper.
Well, that's exactly what's going to open up this round for the side of Leviathan. Dodging the annihilation, but the rocket doesn't land. And Mazzino already out of the round. He's caught by a big play through the TP. Fong keeping the control up there. Aspas desperately trying to hold on to life on the site, but this attack side's being split, diverted, and now they've got nowhere to go. Sending it back in the other direction, utility awaits them, but more importantly, there's an aggressive stance from the Brimstone. Now falling back, conceding the space somewhat in the molly to slow them down. King's isolated by it. Beautiful utility. And although he's down to 5, please don't step into that Molotov. We've seen that one before. It's only Com 1v3, the first kill easy, the other two.
took the
Should be
spike.
impossible, he's just stolen it. he's walked right in and walked away.
Wait a minute. Right, he must have been in that smoke, but he's a little bit late. The thing is, the trip's still online. And in fact, look, he's going to die here. Surely he's going to die! The man was on 5 HP, but he still manages to land the headshot. Well, if you weren't familiar with Trace's game after their first match, I bet you are now. What a surprise. Map 1 goes to China number 3. Leviathan have got to turn it.
America's #1 struggling early.